The research program here has been very well established. There are professors here that are very well known in their field.
Purdue research and education has had a profound impact on many people's lives.
We have a tremendous laboratory capability, both on a small and large scale.
We have excellent support from the industry, but also the funding opportunities that have come across because of the endowments.
We have a flexible curriculum, and it's truly interdisciplinary.
They get exposed to other ways of thinking.
And the collaborative spirit that I think there is at Purdue.
Our students are well trained in just analytical thinking, if you will.
We produce reliable, practicing engineers who know what they have to do, and they do it well.
Architectural engineering is interdisciplinary itself because it touches on different aspects of buildings, from light to heat to HVAC systems to indoor air quality.
Students are in a unique position here because they learn all the different disciplines related to building science and building engineering. So they have to learn how to design buildings for energy efficiency and sustainability, and they have to learn how to operate buildings so that they are comfortable and energy efficient. We have so many great facilities here at Purdue. I think our biggest highlight is the Herrick Labs, which is a whole building living lab that combines a lot of facilities about mechanical equipment testing, as well as our living labs, which is 4 open plan office spaces. And we can use these to study how different technologies and controls affect energy use in buildings.
So we have a variety of state-of-the-art aerosol instrumentation, and this allows us to detect very, very small nano-sized particles in the indoor environment. So we can do very in-depth characterization of these very small particles. So many of the faculty in our group are working with industry partners, and they're doing that through the Center for High Performance Buildings that's been established a few years ago, where industry can fund research projects. So a lot of the research is motivated by the needs of industry.
What I can tell you from my experience is that when people hear about Purdue and civil engineering, they know immediately that there's high quality, there's someone that can rely on, and there's someone who has the right background to do the work required, no matter what the job is.
So Purdue has had a very rich tradition of research and learning and engagement in the construction engineering area.
We have a diverse group of people working on many different projects, and we work on the frontiers of technology itself, working on the fundamental pieces of engineering, and we cover a wider range of application domains.
We have faculty who are engaged individually in different areas of construction research, but also who are working together on certain interfaces.
I think we care about students' practical experience rather than just crunching the numbers and looking at all theoretical things. The courses we teach as well as the projects they work on, they are very hands-on. Every research project we work on always involves industry collaborators.
The construction engineering program at Purdue has very strong ties with a large number of construction companies, primarily in the United States, but also elsewhere. It's a very exciting time because we have excellent support from the industry, the funding opportunities that have come across because of the endowments. I can say with no hesitation that our students are very well prepared to have an impact wherever they go.
We are very interested in understanding how the safety, health, welfare of the public can be improved by better understanding water, air, soil, waste, and other types of topics in civil engineering. So there are no boundaries or limits really to the type and scale of research that can be conducted at Purdue University. We have access to world-class facilities. We have access to world-class collaborators. We don't operate in a vacuum. We work with other universities. We work with other experts in the field because we value that collaborative atmosphere.
So we
collaborate with different professors in materials engineering, microbiological sciences, or chemical engineers in different fields.
Today, many of the faculty, graduate students, undergraduate students, and staff are working on global issues. They're working on projects that are taking them to far reaches of the globe, as well as working on local and regional issues here. When you come to Purdue University, you don't just work with Purdue University, you have access to its network. You have access to its facilities, you have access to the world-class students that we have here.
You can take different studies and bring it to your environmental engineering area.
There's opportunities at Purdue that you may not have thought about. Purdue allows you to cross those bridges that you didn't even know were there. And so come visit.
Geomatics is merely a study which is related to the presentation and the modeling of the surface of the Earth. And traditionally that's being used to produce topographic maps and 3D maps. Right now we are doing much more than that.
It involves a lot of highly advanced technologies, global positioning systems, remote sensing, GIS or geographic information systems, and computer vision.
So this is very rare to have a university that can say that we have all this wide level of sensors from relatively low end to relatively high end systems that can meet the demands of lots of applications.
The faculty is diverse and they're good at what they do. They're dedicated.
We have a flexible curriculum and it's truly interdisciplinary. We encourage students to take courses outside civil engineering.
Because geomatics is really a methodological kind of area by and large, then it's applicable to a lot of different fields, and that's not only in civil engineering.
We are not only working on the office and a computer developing a software, we go in the field actually and do the data collection. In my view, that's part of the fun.
In terms of carrying it across the finish line to actually having applications, then Purdue is pretty special.
Program in civil engineering at Purdue is very well established, has certainly a national reputation and international reputation.
So in general, geotech is one of these disciplines that each problem is different.
Our faculty group has expertise in a broad range of materials, from the very soft to the very stiff to rocks, a broad range of approaches. We have a lot of experimental work that is ongoing, but at the same time a lot of analytical and numerical work.
Purdue offers a lot of flexibility to graduate students, so you can really build a program, a set of courses that you will take and activities that you'll be involved in that is very much to your liking.
We have a tremendous laboratory capability, both on the small and large scale, and can really begin to address problems that span from the actual laboratory environment to the true field setting.
So by combining our excellent lab facilities with these excellent computational components that we have, I think that's the best combination for research.
There's a range of industrial partners that we would engage in depending on the types of projects that we're working on. Certainly the geotechnical group is heavily invested in the departments of transportation.
We have several consulting companies that have supported us. They hire our students, they support our initiatives.
Well, there's a tremendous need for geotechnical engineering. It is growing over time as we face the challenges of climate change, challenges on our resource requirements for humanity, and also as we take a look at our need for space.
I think one of our main strengths is really our diversity as a faculty and students. Diversity in research topics. I mean, like we really cover a broad range.
I think we have a nice mix of projects ranging from just basic science all the way to things that are very applied as well. We have 5 different faculty in our area, and we work on everything ranging from groundwater to rivers to lakes and oceans.
So we have 4 flumes, different sizes, designed for different studies.
We also have a brand new tow and wave tank in the basement of the hydraulics lab that is literally 150 feet long and 11 feet wide, recently renovated. And all of these facilities have a lot of instrumentation with them, things like particle image velocimetry, acoustic Doppler velocimetry, basically optical and acoustic techniques for figuring out where the flow is going in the water.
I personally have worked on a farm that is owned by Purdue that has agricultural stream going through it, so there's also a lot of field work, right around campus that can be done.
It's to the point where we can solve really big problems, in large part by coupling with other expertises.
Any kind of industry is interested in recruiting Purdue engineering students just because the school is so good and our students are well trained in just analytical thinking, if you will, beyond the technical aspects of engineering.
The research program here has been very well established. There are professors here that are very well known in their field. It's a very rich academic environment.
We can go as traditional as concrete and asphalt materials, but we also have professors that do nanomaterials or that model structures using non-traditional approaches.
It gives you the great opportunity to hands-on on many different types of materials.
I think it's very unique what we have at Purdue. Very commonly, I see a lot of groups work together and find each other because their research overlap or their goals overlap. And so there is this ability to learn from other groups and to work from them. We have a Panco lab, we have chemistry lab, and we have access to a wide variety of other labs.
Purdue is a big university. The good thing is we can use any equipment in any core facility. So we have many options. You will have good analytical skills. You will have a lot of experience in many areas. But the good thing is you will be prepared.
I learned how to do research systematically, think independently, and build up my career.
Every day you're amazed by your discoveries of yourself and your colleagues, and you learn from them, and that excites you to go about knowing more of the unknown.
We have a very strong structural engineering program. We have computational mechanics, earthquake engineering, reinforced concrete structures, steel structures, both large scale and small scale.
And I think our strength is that we produce reliable, practicing engineers who know what they have to do, and they do it well.
Just the combination from the quality of the teaching to the quality of the research and what we're able to do just simply because of the capabilities we have.
We have one of the best labs for structural engineering in the nation, and I say that without exaggeration.
Not only do we have like a big actual physical structural engineering lab where we can test structures at full scale, but also we have computational resources.
There's so much going on when it comes to our experimental research and also outside experimental research with computational mechanics and all the other areas of structural engineering that we have.
So no matter what interest you have as a graduate student, you will be able to find certain avenues here in which you can explore your interests. There's quite a few opportunities for industrial collaborations.
I feel like our lab has a collaborative atmosphere in which the students collaborate with each other, my students collaborate with other professor students, and then we, amongst ourselves, collaborate together on projects. It's amazing how many engineers are out there that have been working for years and have a Purdue degree in their background.
So transportation engineering is a multidisciplinary field. It encompasses a lot of different aspects of transportation systems, from planning these systems early on to the operations and management of the systems, and then to actually understanding how we can plan in the future as well.
There's a lot of variation in terms of what you're trying to explore from a traditional perspective and from very innovative ideas.
Graduate students have a very flexible program in terms of the courses they can choose. We have advanced computing capabilities and also, in geographic information systems and so forth. But also we have the Center for Road Safety, where we have a lot of more of the mobile applications that we do in safety. We also have an advanced driving simulator here and a lot of different equipments like LiDAR that we use in the field.
Purdue has a really great relationship with the Indiana Department of Transportation through the Joint Transportation Research Program. It's been a great opportunity to work with professionals in the field and also for them to benefit from the research that we're doing.
So we see a lot of the research being developed here, adopted in other states as well, but also internationally.
Many of the research that they are leading is really groundbreaking.
We have a lot of what we call transformation technologies in transportation.
We'll be working on the next generation transportation technologies within that, like connected vehicles and autonomous vehicles. We're going to try to get prepared to meet those challenges in the future.